Hi, this is David Wood from SolutionBox and CoachMBA.com, and I've got an awesome training for you now, and I'm coming at you from the rice paddies in Ubud, Indonesia. So here's where we are, and this is Pak Kantor, my landlord. Say Rahajang Sabang.
Rahajang sorry.
Oh, sorry, Rahajang sorry. There are kids out here flying kites and crashing them, and I wanted to give you this great training. So I've done videos elsewhere on how to convert a free consultation into a paying client, but I think where a lot of people have trouble is the actual invitation. Like, what happens when you've done the session, you've followed the map I've outlined in other videos, and you get to the point where you're like, you want to pay me now? Like, or do you want to sign up? It's like kind of, people get awkward. And I accidentally got a client here in Ubud just today, and I was noticing how I did the transition. It felt very smooth and authentic for me, so I want to share with you how to do it. Here's what you can do at the end of your trial sessions to transition over, and you'll hear a motorbike going past here because I'm in Bali. So here's how I did it. And firstly, it starts with, as you may have seen in my other trainings, context. You start at the beginning of the session by saying, if this resonates with you, or and if I feel a connection and like you might be a good fit as a client, I may invite you at the end to be a client. So you've already set that up. Now, I got to the end, I'd gone through all the major steps, and then I was sitting there thinking, all right, it's time for transition, it's time for invitation. And what I said was, I checked in with myself and I felt like I'd like to work with this woman. She was inspired, she was excited, and I said that. I said, my feeling is I'd like to work with you. So I'd like to check in with you. How is all this feeling for you? That's how you start making the transition. And she said, you know, it's feeling great. And now this is really key. I don't like to go from that to, well, do you want to give me your credit card? Right? And it can be very awkward. So here's a way to do it. Here's the magic question. This is magic question number 2. Well, great. So why don't I tell you how I set up with new clients, and if that sounds good to you, we'll go ahead and do that. You will always get a yes at that point, because now they want to just hear kind of some details, some information, and here's a chance to give them your policies, set things out, and then they can either say yes, or you can deal with any hesitation. So she said yes. Yeah, tell me how it works. So here's a little setup checklist that I use. All right, first, couple of policies. If you miss a session, you lose the session. I say that to everyone up front. It's really important. But now you're also setting ground rules. And I said, and I also want to make sure that you have a committed structure and a back door. So the investment is up front, and it's by credit card. And if at the end of any month you want to stop for any reason, it's not working for you, or you want to try something else for any reason, you can tell me at the end of any month, and I'll refund you the balance. So you can't do that like after 1 week. Oh, I've changed my mind. So you've got that committed structure, but at the end of any month you can change your mind. And it rarely happens. I said that. It rarely happens. Once people have made the commitment and put the money down, there's an energetic commitment that happens. But I want you to know that you have that back door if you ever need it. So those are 2 policies I like to tell people. And you can just have this on a little cheat sheet. And maybe you've got other policies. All right. Then I said, I work 3 weeks on, 1 week off. So it's a 3-month program, and on the 4th week, you get a rest from me. And some people like it as a catch-up week. And we will set a regular time for you, and I ask you to move your life around your coaching, not your coaching around your life. It's an important concept. So as I'm setting out these policies, she's getting a feeling like, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy is leading me through it. This guy I can count on to give me a structure. So it's nice to have these policies, 1, because they work really well, but 2, can give her or she a sense of confidence in you as they're sitting with, boy, am I really going to invest in this? And I say, please try and keep that regular time that we have. I will rarely move it on you. And also, if you're sick, then that's fine. If you give me notice, we can move a session for you. But if you don't show up to a session, it's gone. So policies is really cool to tell somebody in your setup process. And then I say the investment is it's MasterCard or Visa. Now, when they come to me, they've already seen my fees. I mean, I've been at this for a long time, and I want to pre-screen people. If you're a new coach, you may not have told them. So here's where you'll tell them. The investment is, and I'll probably do another video on this, and I have. You might say, for a year-long program, it's this much. Start with your high amount. And I did that. I said, for a year-long program, it's this much. For 6 months, it's this much. And for 3 months, which is the minimum I work with people, it's this much. And I give you a welcome pack so that you'll get a coaching agreement from me. You'll get a self-coaching form. I have some forms. If you don't have forms, skip this bit and just jump straight to, and you'll leave this session with homework, because I want you to be able to get started straight away. So, how's all that sound? And she said, great, but I hope that helps you to take someone from having done a free consultation to that awkward stage of, well, how do I transition this? And the summary is, I'd like to work with you, if that's true. How's all this sounding? Why don't I tell you how I set up new clients? And if you like the sound of that, we can do that. And I just tell them how it's all going to look. And I've got my little setup list. And then we go through it. And she said, great. So I said, all right, let's get your coaching slot worked out. Here are 2 slots. Which one would you like? Again, I haven't asked her for money yet. So she gets kind of, well, it was a she today, so I'm saying she. She gets eased into it. And then I say, okay, do you prefer Visa or MasterCard? And at that point, they almost always pick one and then give me your card. I've had 1 or 2 say, oh, right now. And I say, yeah, we get started right now. I take it, I run your payment through, you're in. So if you like this video, I'd love you to click like below and also tell me one thing you got out of this video. I love the feedback. It's largely what has me keep making these videos for you. So let me know one thing that you got out of it. Leave that comment below, and I hope this helps you in your free consultations to convert that person through that what could be an awkward stage in converting someone to being a paying client. All right, cheers.